that little back bar, and I'm like drinking and stuff. My friend goes off, and I'm like standing there by myself, and this girl comes up, and she's like a little faded. She's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, like what's up? Like how's it going?" And she's like, "Not much. You just get off work?" Because like I still have my work clothes on. I'm like, "Yeah, I just got off work. Like how are you?" And she's like, "I'm good. Where do you work?" And I'm like, "Oh, I work at Flower House." She's like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "I'm Sterling." She's like, "Wait, you're Sterling at Flower House?" And I'm like, "I am Sterling at Flower House." She's like, "Turn around." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Hold on, what?" I like, okay, like, all right. I turn around and she's like, "Oh my God, it's true." I was like, "What?" She's like, "You have a dump truck ass." I was like, "What?" She's like, "My friend had you as a server and she said your ass was juicy." I was like, "Your friend said that?" She was like, "Pretty much." I was like,
Sterling
okay,
does
like
have a dump truck of ass.
I have a dump truck of ass. I got cake for days.
Dude,
And I love it.
we're gonna have to show the camera.
Dude. Oh man, bro, I
Stand
gotta
up for
dump
the
the phone
camera.
out.
Stand up for the camera. He does have a booty.
Real nice.
He does have a booty.
Dude, you really do.
I got a
Oh,
dump
no.
truck ass, bro. She's
Dude, that is
thick.
a dump truck
She
of an
thick.
ass.
That's where these tips come from. Let me tell you what.
Where did that
Get
come
it,
from?
get it, get
My
it.
mama.
Mama,
My mama
bitch.
and being a fat child for a few years. Lost the weight, but the ass stayed. Shit.
So
But yeah,
she
good
knew
stuff.
she heard
She knew-
ass rumors.
She heard ass rumors.
That's
I have
funny.
had not one but two girls whose numbers I've gotten at Flower House specifically because of my ass, dude.
Girls are really into asses now.
I didn't know that. I would like. I used to be self-conscious about it. I used to think I looked fat. Oh yeah, like, I've learned that living downtown. Just another aspect of how downtown has made my life better. But I had this one girl, like these two girls, like her and her friend came back one night as I was like closing up at Flower House, and they're like waving at the window, and I'm like, who are these girls waving at me? But like, if I see hot girls waving at me, I'm gonna go outside. So I'm like, hey, like, what's up? And they're like, we were at your table earlier. Do you remember us? And I was like, oh yeah, like yeah, no, I do, and I did. I was like, oh hey, what's up? And one of them's like, look, dude, I thought you were cute, but once you turned around and I saw that booty, I knew I needed your Snapchat. And her friend's like, yeah, boy, you taking out the trash and the recycling at the same time. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, all right, like, take my Snapchat. Like, totally. Like, yes, like, here it is.
That's a great
And they're like, what are you doing when you get off? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I get off in like 10 minutes. And they're like, okay, we're going to McClintock's next door. Come meet us. And I was like, oh, shit, yes.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Sterling, get it.
But, like, that's why I wear tight server pants. You know, you drop a napkin, you're like, oops, I dropped a napkin.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sterling.
Good shit though, good shit.
Oh my god.
You're kind of flipping roles.
Mhm.
You're like,
yeah.
You're like, hey guys, actually, like, look at my ass.
No, exactly. Oh, yeah, it's a power move for sure. I don't do it on purpose, but I'm just like, you know what? The roll switch, nice.
Have they felt your booty?
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you been serving in a table smacked your ass?
Not at Flower House. There was one time at my previous job, I used to work at a burger place.
What was
And
the burger place called?
Nichols and Los Osos. I used to work
okay.
at Nichols and Los Osos like
Pizza
a couple
place
years
or
ago.
burger
It
place?
was both pizza and
Okay,
burgers.
okay.
We had pizza. I kind of looked at it more as a burger place because
Yeah.
the vibe was
I think
more
I went
burger
there
place.
once, and it was
Anyway, Nichols. So I worked there. The only time I ever had a customer slap my ass was one time I'm working there, and like there was like this like dude in there that was like obviously like gay, and like he had been making comments to me all night, like hitting on me and stuff. And I'm like, for sure, man. Like thanks. Like that's cool. I get it. Like I'm fruity. Like people think I'm gay too. Like shoot your shot. Like totally. And so I had like dropped a napkin or something, and like this was before I really appreciated the power of my ass. Like I didn't really know it was there. I was just like, hey, whatever, my butt. Like cool. Thanks. Nowhere. And I dropped a napkin. I go to pick it up, and this dude's like, damn that ass. And I was like, thanks.
Thank
And
you.
anyways, so I was like dropping off their waters, and like, you know, part of being a server is you have to flirt with your tables. Like you have to read the
Oh,
table.
yeah.
I have different kinds of service. You know, I'll have like my bougie fancy service when there's like customers that I can tell are here for like an exquisite fancy setting. That's not so much of a flirting. That's more of just like a butler position. But then you have your tables where they're like our age and they're getting drunk, and it's like you're flirting with them. You're getting your tips from flirting, not from how well you can pour wine into a cup. So you know, I got that early on. So I'm like kind of flirt with the table, do my thing, and I drop some waters off, and I turn around, and I kind of like stop for a second because my coworker says something to me, and this guy lines the fuck up and just smacks my ass, and I was like, and I turn around, his friend's like, dude, what the fuck? You can't just slap the server's ass like that. And I was like, honestly, you probably shouldn't just slap the server's ass. Like I don't really care personally. Like you're good this time, but like you know, next time. And he's just like, I had to, and I was like, thanks for sure. I have not had that happen since then, but I wouldn't really mind if it did. But yeah, crazy though.